Hey guys, this is Milena, and if you, like me, ever feel like you're not good enough, this video is probably going to be very helpful for you too. You know, when I started becoming a little bit more aware and exploring why I wasn't feeling so good in certain situations and aspects of my life, I kept asking questions and trying to get to the bottom of the issue, and I would keep finding the same thing at the bottom of it. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't this enough, that enough, and a million other things. But at the end of the day, it was the same button, the same pattern, the same belief, the same feeling that I wasn't enough in one way or another. Now, this is an illusionary feeling that we're not enough. Of course we're enough, because not good enough for what? To exist, to live, to be loved, to deserve whatever we want? Of course we deserve everything. We're here. But the feeling of not good enough is actually very real. And not only is it very real, it's crippling because it doesn't allow us to express ourselves simply as who we are. It doesn't allow us to do things that we want to do and we want to experience. It forces us to do things that we don't want to do, and so on and so forth. Is there something that we can do, like a daily tool as part of our practice, or something fun that we can incorporate into our experience in order to take care of that? Yes, there is. And that is really, truly focusing on our strengths. Well, maybe if you, like me, and I'll explain what that means, grew up in an environment where you needed to work on your weaknesses and you needed to make everything perfect and have this beautiful, well-rounded you that could do everything and was good at everything, then maybe that was harder to do. Because I would come home from school and I would show my grades to my dad and everything will be great, but then he'll say, "What did you get in math?" And guess what? My grade in math wasn't an A+. So I grew up with the feeling that it didn't matter how good I was in any other area of my life if there was even one missing piece where I wasn't. So my inner perfectionist needed me to be good at everything I never was, and the feeling of not good enoughness became something permanent. Now, whether we are aware of where exactly it came from or how it occurred, that doesn't really matter, because there are things that we can do in our daily lives that are very easy to apply that can start cultivating a permanent feeling of enoughness as opposed to the opposite. And that is really truly focusing on something that we're naturally good at. Because the trap of actually trying to be good at everything is spreading your energy so wide that it doesn't really create an impact. And if we focus on that one thing, or it could be two or three if you're like me and you get a little bit bored with just one, that starts expanding and growing. And that's when we deliver something amazing and extraordinary to us, while at the same time having a good time. Check how you feel when you do something that you're naturally good at, that you enjoy, that you find interesting. You feel really amazing. And you do more and more and more of that, and it doesn't feel like work. And then when you start sharing it with those around you and the world, their response makes it even better. That's the gift that you have to give to the world, and that's something that brings you a daily dose of satisfaction. There's 3 things that you can do in order to discover if you feel like you're not quite sure what you're good at. Find the 5 people that know you the best or closest to, or you feel like know you really well. And ask them, what are your top 5 strengths? What are the top 5 things that you're really good at? And take notes. Then do the exercise for yourself. What do you think are your top 5 strengths? Be brave, be bold when you do this exercise, because you know you might not want to admit it, you might be shy about it, you might be humble about it. Write it down. You're the only person who's going to see that list anyway. And then the 3rd thing that you can do is you can take an online quiz and test that is unlike any other that I've seen, and I've used it myself, because it looks at characteristics and personality traits that no other test really looks at. And I found very interesting. I'm going to put the link below, and discover your top 5 strengths as well. It's going to give you a lot more than that, but focus on the top 5. Then what we can do is we can pick 1 or 2 or 3 if you'd like at the beginning of the day. Have the intention of using one of those top skills and strengths that you have. It's a lot simpler than we think, and it doesn't really take much time. It's recognizing our top strengths and making sure that in one way or another we apply it every day. What it does is it cultivates a permanent sense of fulfillment and enoughness within us. And when we feel that way, more of our abilities start blossoming, expressing, growing, developing. We start applying them a lot more. And as a bonus factor, although we don't need it, we get an amazing response of others reflecting it back onto us. At the end of the day, we have eradicated a lot of that not good enoughness in our own internal, mental, emotional, psychological space, which ultimately allows us to do a lot more, to express ourselves, and to be seen and see others that way as well. And if you're still unsure how to find your own strengths and how to develop them and express them to others in a simple, easy way, book a session at askmilena.com. Subscribe to my newsletter for some free insights and the ebook 7 Life Hacks to Empower Your Daily Lives. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you can do so below. Click on the bell and you'll get notified of all future videos which come out on Friday. Bye-bye.